Hello all my dear student friends. Welcome to this session. We are studying the subject engineering metrology and the unit 5 linear and angular measurement. So today right now let us study the spirit level. So this spirit level is used to measure small angles or inclinations and to test straightness and flatness of surfaces. So whenever the angles are very small or the small inclinations or the small deviations from the flatness or straightness has to be measured, then we are using the spirit level. So let us try to study the construction of the spirit level. So the spirit level consists of a sealed and transparent glass tube. We have a sealed and a transparent glass tube which is enclosed in a wooden box. So this is a glass tube which is sealed and that is transparent, and on this particular glass tube the markings are made or engraved. The various marks are made which show the distance from the center. So this is nothing but a sealed glass tube which is enclosed in a wooden box, and this sealed glass tube is transparent one. It is also called as a glass vial. Now the inside surface of the glass tube is ground properly. So grinding is done, right? So the inside surface of the glass tube is ground to convex barrel shape having large radius. So this point is very important, that the inside surface of the glass tube is having a particular shape, and that shape is nothing but a convex barrel shape with large radius. So the radius is large and the shape is of a convex barrel, means cylindrical shape, but that is a convex cylinder, and the radius is also large. The precision level depends on the accuracy of the radius. So the precision with which the measurements or the comparison can be done by the spirit level depends upon the accuracy of this inside radius of the barrel shaped glass tube. A scale is engraved on the top of the glass tube. So we have a scale, we have the markings so that the readings can be taken. The bubble which is moving along the length of the glass tube, its position can be known with respect to the markings which are made engraved on the top of the glass tube. The glass tube is nearly filled with ether or alcohol. So it is not completely filled. A small space is left for a bubble, air bubble, right? So it is nearly filled so that we can have a small air bubble moving inside this particular glass tube, and this glass tube is nearly filled with ether or alcohol, except a small bubble of vapor in it. So inside this glass tube we have a small vapor bubble in addition to the ether or alcohol. So this glass tube is carried in a metallic body having flat base or sometimes wooden box, right? But the base of this particular body in which the glass tube is carried or placed properly is having a flat base. That is very important, that the base of the metallic body or the wooden box which carries this particular sealed glass tube must be flat. So the spirit level is used to measure small angles or inclinations and to test straightness and flatness of surfaces. Spirit level consists of a sealed and transparent glass tube, which is also called as glass vial. The inside surface of the glass tube is ground to a convex barrel shape having large radius. The precision of the level depends upon the accuracy of this radius of the glass tube. A scale is engraved on top of the glass tube. The glass tube is nearly filled with ether or alcohol except a small bubble of vapor in it. It is carried in a metallic body having flat base. So the working principle of this spirit level instrument works on the principle that vapor bubble has a tendency always to remain always at the highest point of the glass tube. So of course the vapor is lighter than the liquid, maybe ether or alcohol, which is present in the glass tube. So this vapor bubble will always have a tendency to remain at the highest point in the glass tube. So that is the working principle of the spirit level. If the base of the spirit level is horizontal and truly flat, then the center point is the highest point of the glass tube, right? So if the base of the spirit level is horizontal, at that time the tube will also be horizontal, the glass tube will also be horizontal. And when the base is horizontal and truly flat, then the center point is the highest point of the glass tube, because this glass tube is convex, having convex shape. So at the center the height of the glass tube is more and due to this convex shape, whenever the base of the spirit level is horizontal, the bubble will lie at the center. Therefore the vapor bubble is at the center of scale due to flat base of body. Because the center point is the highest point of the glass tube, and therefore the vapor bubble is at the center of the scale due to flat base of the body, right? And if this particular base is slightly tilted, then the bubble will also move towards the end, right? Either to the left end or to the right end. So the motion of this bubble will depend upon the tilting angle. If the tilting angle is more, then the movement of the bubble to the right or left will be more. And if the spirit level is placed located on a flat surface, then the bubble will be at the center, of course. So this is nothing but the spirit level which is enclosed in the box. This is the glass tube, this is the side edge. And now let us study that how to take the readings with the help of this particular spirit level. Now when the base of the spirit level instrument is resting on a horizontal and flat surface like OA, suppose this OA is a horizontal and flat surface, and on this horizontal and flat surface the base of the spirit level is resting. So in that case the bubble will occupy the central position. The bubble, ether vapor bubble, will be lying at the central position, that is denoted by B1, right? So whenever the base of the spirit level is resting on a flat and horizontal surface like OA1, at that time the bubble will lie at the center. the bubble will occupy the central position, that is B1. So here the bubble will lie at the center, right? So that is the topmost position, and therefore the bubble will lie at the center, right? Because this glass tube is convex one. Now on the other hand, when the base of the spirit level instrument is resting on an inclined surface like OA2, so this is an inclined surface, the inclination is theta, right? So when the surface is inclined like OA2, that surface on which the spirit level instrument is resting, that is inclined. So in that case, say the bubble will shift to a new position shown by B2, and the bubble position can be located by the scale which is engraved on this particular glass tube. So scale is engraved on the glass tube, so we can read the distance L of the bubble, that how much is the displacement of this bubble L from the center. In this case the bubble will be shifted to the right like this, right? And say L is the distance by which the bubble is shifted to a new position B2 from the initial position B1. So B1 is the position at the center, but B2 is not at the center. B2 is the new position and the position has been shifted because the base of this particular spirit level has been made inclined and it is resting on the inclined surface OA2, right? So this is L is this distance by which the shifting of the bubble takes place, and that distance can be measured with the help of this scale, right? So this is L, that distance. Then this H is nothing but the difference in height of the two ends of the glass tube. H is nothing but the difference in height of the two ends of the glass tube, because since the surface is inclined like this, so one end of the glass tube will be at this level and other end of the glass tube will be at this level, and therefore H is the difference in height of the two ends of the glass tube. Okay. Now R is the radius of curvature of the glass tube. We have seen that the glass tube is a convex one and it is having the radius of some radius of curvature, and R is nothing but the radius of curvature of this particular glass tube. Now if L is the length of the base, L is nothing but the length of the base, so this L is shown as the length of the base. So actually this total length of the glass tube and the base on which the glass tube is resting, the box, the base of the box in which the glass tube is located, placed, right? So L is nothing but the length of the base of the glass tube, and now we can refer the triangle OA1A2. Let us refer the triangle OA1A2. So which is the triangle OA1A2? This is the triangle OA1A2. Okay, here also we can have this triangle OB1B2. So similarly we are having this triangle OA1A2. Okay, so this angle is theta at O. Similarly at O this angle is theta, right? Same angle, theta here and theta here, right? So if you refer the triangle OA1A2, according to this right angle triangle, we have tan theta is equal to H by L. Tan theta is equal to H by L. So what is this small h? Small h is the difference in the height of the two ends of the glass tube, and L is the length of the base of the glass tube, right? So tan theta is equal to small h upon capital L, right? Now come to the triangle OB1B2. Come to the triangle OB1B2. So according to this triangle, tan theta is equal to small l upon capital R. Tan theta is equal to small l upon capital R, right? Now since this theta angle is very small, angle theta is very small, so this distance can be assumed to be a straight line. This arc can be assumed to be a straight line because it is a very small arc, because the angle theta is very small, and this can be considered as a right angle triangle, right? And we can consider tan of this angle theta. This angle is also theta, right? So tan of this angle theta is equal to nothing but the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse, and that is nothing but L upon R. So this distance is L, and this is R is the radius of curvature, so that becomes the hypotenuse, right? Now let us go ahead. Since this angle theta is very small, first of all we can say that this arc can be assumed to be a straight line, right? And this can be considered as a right angle triangle. OB1 B2, OB1 B2 can be considered as a right angle triangle, right? So and one more consideration can be done is that tan theta is equal to theta. If theta angle is very small, in that case tan theta will be equal to theta, right? And therefore we can write, in place of equation 1 and equation 2, we can write, instead of writing tan theta is equal to h by L, directly you can write theta is equal to h by L, and also theta is equal to L by R, L by R, okay? So this h by L is okay, but we can find theta by measuring this distance L, right? If you know this distance L, small l, then you can definitely find the angle theta, right? So in this way you can always find this angle theta by just taking this reading L. You need not take this level difference h, you need not measure h, okay? Though it is h theta is equal to h by L, but you are required to take this reading along this particular scale which is engraved on the glass tube, right? So this reading L is sufficient to find the angle theta, because R is the radius of curvature, that is constant, and that will be given to you, right? So in this way you can very easily find the angle of the spirit level base with the horizontal, okay? So this angle theta can be found out very easily in this particular fashion, right? Now let us go ahead. Already we have studied all this. Now the sensitivity of the spirit level can be defined as the angle of tilting surface, angle of tilting surface, which makes the bubble to move through one division or on the engraved scale of the glass tube. So there are a number of divisions which are marked, which are engraved on the glass tube, right? So the slight tilting of the glass tube will change the position of the bubble, but when the position of the bubble is changed only by one division, when the bubble will move only through one division by a particular tilting of the glass tube, so that angle of tilting is nothing but the sensitivity, that describes the sensitivity of the spirit level, okay? So here the angle is expressed in seconds. So the spirit level is so accurate that the angle is not expressed in degrees or minutes, but it is expressed in seconds. So in 1 degree we have 60 minutes, and in 1 minute we are having 60 seconds. So in 1 degree we are having 3600 seconds in 1 degree. So that is the accuracy of the spirit level. Now the sensitivity in 10 seconds. It means that if the base of the spirit level gets tilted by an angle of 10 seconds with respect to the horizontal, the bubble inside the glass will be shifted to one division from 0 position or center of scale, right? So when the sensitivity is 10 seconds, the meaning is that when the bubble is shifted by one division, that time the tilting of the base of the glass tube of the spirit level will be only 10 seconds, right? Now the sensitivity is sometimes 0.05 millimeter per meter, right? It means that if base of spirit level instrument is placed on a straight horizontal surface of length 1 meter, and if one end of surface is vertically raised by 0.05 millimeter, it is not rpm, it is millimeter, then the bubble inside the glass tube will be shifted to one division from the 0 position or center of scale, right? So that is the sensitivity 0.05 millimeter per meter. Okay, I will change this rpm to millimeter. This is actually millimeter. Okay, yes. So here sensitivity is 0.05 millimeter per meter. That means we keep the spirit level instrument on a horizontal surface of 1 meter length, right? And if one end of the surface is raised by 0.05 mm, then the bubble inside the glass tube will be shifted by one division from 0 position, right? So even if we shift one end of that particular flat base of length 1 meter by 0.05 mm, you will find that the bubble position will be shifted by one division from 0 position. So in that case we say that the sensitivity is 0.05 mm per meter. Okay, so finally let us study the uses of spirit level. Spirit level is used to measure small angles. Only small angles can be measured very accurately with the help of the spirit level. Mostly the spirit level is used to ensure the flatness of the surface. Spirit level is used to check straightness and flatness of surfaces. So the straightness and the flatness of the surfaces can be ensured or checked by using the spirit level. To establish the horizontal datum for reference purpose, that is the reference line. Suppose we want to establish a horizontal level for a reference purpose, then that can be established by using a spirit level, because spirit level can give us the exact horizontal level. If the bubble of the spirit level lies at the center, that means the spirit level flat surface is placed on exactly a straight surface or a flat surface, right? Spirit level is also used to determine the small inclinations of the surface with respect to the horizontal position. So when there is a small inclination of the surface with respect to the horizontal position, when a particular surface is slightly inclined with respect to the horizontal position, that small inclination can be determined by using the spirit level. So these are the various uses of the spirit level, and this was all about the spirit level. Thank you, my dear friends.